Welcome to the Remington podcast, where we take a deep dive into all things ammunition. I'm your host, Audrey Mays, and today we're in a little bit of a different scenery. We are at the AWA headquarters here in Lone Oak, Arkansas. I'm with two founding members, Blake Harrison. Say hi, Blake.
Say hi.
Blake Harrison.
Say hi. That's it.
And Ronnie Evans, who you guys also know as our shot shell manager.
Hey, good to be here.
Yeah. We are here because you guys are doing something amazing with the future of our, hunting industry, youth. Where you guys are doing youth camp this weekend, right?
We are. Yes, we're just having a youth camp for our youth, and it's an annual camp we've been doing for a little over 20 years, and it's an opportunity to bring our youth back and give back. Mm-hmm. Those of us that are sportsmen, outdoorsmen, it's an opportunity to give back to the next generation in a way of education and preservation.
Yeah, absolutely. And Ronnie, you've pulled a lot of people from Remington, into this kind of organization that you have. Can you tell us a little bit about AWA?
Sure. So the Arkansas Waterfowl Association was started back in around 2001, 2002. It used to be multiple chapters, but we're the only one doing it now. Mm-hmm. And we wanted to start an organization like Blake was talking about getting kids involved. And, there's all types of things that goes on. It's everything from baseball and gymnastics or whatever it might be for our young ladies and young men do that too. But we wanted to preserve a lifestyle that we had as a kid growing up, right? So I can remember as a kid, I've told this story 100 times, I could go out of my house with a shotgun my grandpa gave me and go down to the neighbor's place and kick up rabbits and shoot and hunt. Well, you can't do that so much anymore. So we wanted to be able to, like Blake talked about, preserve a lifestyle that we have, because hunting and fishing is not a hobby, it's a lifestyle.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
So we wanted to make sure that we kept that going on for the next generation. So that's why we started it.
Gotcha. And Blake, what's been your role since the beginning of the Arkansas Waterfowl Association?
It was founded on a unique group of waterfowl hunters. That's kind of how it originated. And, from the role, kind of the vision. Yeah. And I don't want to take full credit for that because I can't. But with a unique community that we have, and the passion and the love for the outdoors, we've grown to where we're putting on over 100 different types of classes over the 20 years.
For adults and children?
For adults and children. We do have some adult involvement, but primarily it's for the youth.
Okay, gotcha. And what is I see your beautiful slogan here, education is preservation, right? What are some of those classes that you do to really promote that idea? Yeah,
that's the unique question. So everything from trapping to any type of boating, all types of fishing, which there's many, all types of hunting, all types of shooting, and it goes on from there. We have herpetologists come put on a snake class. Yeah. We've done a lot in the Western heritage culture. We had a horsemanship class today, but we've done mounted shooting, cowboy mounted shooting off horseback. We've done cowboy Dutch oven cooking. We've done, just a cowboy shooting class, shooting range class. So there's so many different categories, but it always involves the outdoors and being outdoors and the love and passion that we all have. And we're losing, like Ronnie said, we're losing the opportunity. It's slowly absorbing around us that we're having less resource opportunity to go out and pursue that.
And Ronnie, what has Remington's role been so far in this wonderful organization?
Well, since we started this thing, the very first thing we did back in 2001 or 2 was we had a membership drive. And back then, Remington give us ammunition, and back then we was guns and ammo together. They give us guns, and that was the things we did to help spur interest in things. And they have always, Remington was one of the first people that come on board to help support this, because I think they realized, hey, this is tomorrow's hunters and shooters, right? So brand loyalty, something that they understood from the word go, and they've always supported this organization from the word go, from the word go. So.
And what, you said that you started this 20 years ago. It's still going strong. And from what I understand, what I've heard, it's grown from maybe 15, 20 kids to
we got 70. We got 70 kids here today. Yeah. So we started, like I said, back a long time ago with 4 or 5 guys doing it. It's honestly, the camp was 100% this man's vision right here, and we just jumped on and run with him. But yeah, we started back then and had just grown and grown. We've, like I said, we have 70 kids and we have around 30 or 35 adults here trying to make sure all this thing moves slowly and smoothly, not slowly, smoothly. And then that's just us, but then we have other people coming in, like you had the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service here a while ago. We had the man, Mr. Steve Jones.
Steve Jones
was doing the horsemanship class. We got somebody here in a little bit that's going to do about honeybees. You know, those things showing that. So those people just come in that's not necessarily in our organization, but they come and give about 2 hours of their day just to teach these kids about what they're interested in. Like last night, we had Jonathan Morton from Echo Duck Calls was here. He talked all things duck hunting for a good hour and a half last night. So we got Arkansas Game and Fish going to be here after a while. So, you know, for as much as we are here doing this, we have other people from outside come in and help too. And one thing a lot of people don't understand, you know, this is 100% volunteer.
Right.
And nobody gets paid to be here. So this is just the interest that we have, and we want to make sure it's passed on to the next generation.
Yeah. People just think it's important, right?
Yes, exactly.
And
it is important.
It is important,
it is.
right?
It is.
They don't
Well,
think
especially
it
our
is. It
job,
is.
you know, it's for as much as we say this, and it's the stuff that we enjoy, but it's also what's going to keep us a job.
Yeah.
Right? We want people shooting and hunting, and that's what we're about. So.
Yeah. And I mean, Remington has always backed that. I strongly believe that. But for anyone who wants to be maybe a mentor to somebody or wants to start something like this, Blake, what's your biggest piece of advice to somebody who's trying to start something like this?
Yeah, we've really grown in a form of technology. So we have a Facebook page that really connects the outer world with the Arkansas Waterfowl Association. It started kind of and grew to 9 county chapters at one point in time in its early childhood. But now as it's grown, we're down to one organization. It's statewide, and it's here, and it's based out of Lone Oak. We have 160 acres here, and it's just really get involved with the standpoint. And we have people that come and commit, a minimum amount of time because they just don't have a lot of time.
Sure.
And of course, back to these children with athletics, as Ronnie was mentioning, sports and things taking up so much of children's time at an early age, 8, 9, 10-year-olds coming from that background as well, playing their sport, 10, 12 months out of the year. They don't have time to go fishing at grandma's, or they don't have time to go squirrel hunting with grandpa. And that's kind of what we're trying to bring back and reserve and preserve.
Yeah. And I love that. And some people, unfortunately, full-time job, you have to make money for your family. Some parents don't have time to teach their kids this stuff anymore.
It takes a lot.
Yeah. And so it's nice that you guys provide that community for children who, their parents want to get them out there. There's no questioning that.
Oh, yeah.
It's just they don't have the resources or the time. And you guys are providing that.
Yep. Sure enough. So like this kids camp, they come in yesterday afternoon, and they started getting here about 4:30. So they'll be here. They was here all night, all evening yesterday, and they spent the night. As you'll see in your video, we got tents set up out here. They camped out inside, but they camped out to say.
Yeah.
Then we'll have classes all day today. Then we'll spend the night again tonight, and then we have activities all the way till 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. So we jam a lot of stuff in 2 days, and it's action-packed the whole time. So what we'll have here is we'll have a bunch of firsts here.
Yes.
We'll have kids that'll actually sleep in a tent for the first time. You find it really? No, there'll be kids first time fish, first time shot a gun, first time they've seen a canine from a wildlife U.S. Fish and Wildlife guy here. So many firsts. So it's a pretty neat deal to have that.
Yeah, I think it's great. And you guys teach a lot of skills that, not a lot of people have every skill set. And that's why you have people come from outside to help, right? Like, not everyone's a great fisherman, right? But
Agreed.
you guys teach fishing and because you have the resources and the people to do that. And 22 archery and shotgun, right?
Tomorrow.
I love the fact that you don't just focus on waterfowl.
So, like Blake talked about, we started out there, and I'll tell you where we even grew more than that is we was a bunch of guys. And then we just had this vision of having our own facility because everything we had was borrowed early on, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
But then in 19, we built a 10,000 square foot building, and we all kind of got looking at each other and said, a little overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And then we started the women of the AWA. And I'm telling you right now, if we hadn't had the women of the AWA, we'll never be where we are right now.
Big deal.
So it's turned into a bunch of guys that wanted to share duck hunting to a family-driven organization with Christian values, and we wanted to just share what we loved and to make it a family thing, and that's really what we've turned it into. I mean, it is. We are duck hunters, you know, but we deer hunt, we turkey hunt, and we teach all that stuff. So everybody may not like duck hunting,
right?
But they may be a guy pick up turkey hunting, or he may pick up rabbit hunting, or he may pick up deer hunting. So we want to make everything available to say, hey, that kid can say, this is what I like. And then that guy, I learned something from him about that I would have never learned or heard about before. So that's where we've kind of morphed into a really just family and just everything outside.
Yeah, and I feel like it's really becoming that generational family thing. Like I noticed that you have kids from ages like 8 to 15.
Yep.
And then Brennan was just telling me that there's actually one kid who was a camper last year who's now putting in his time as a counselor.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the neat thing about it. We've got, and I'm not going to pick on my own family, but my wife's here, my daughter's here, my grandkids are here. And it's not the grandkid from the daughter that's here. That daughter's actually working. But, you know, the whole goal is when they come in the door, take a snapshot in time. And when they leave at the end of camp, you know, what they've been exposed to and the education they've been, you know, gifted to. And a lot of questions are answered by some real professional people. Like Ronnie said, they're volunteering their time to come here. But it's a passion. Those volunteers are passionate just like we are. And I got to make a point, you know, it hadn't been easy. You know, we were hoping to buy 40 acres back in the day. We had worked really hard in our banquet, in our fundraising. And we were hoping to buy 40. We would sit with poster at our banquet someday. And we get a lot of questions. Well, we've been giving money to that for a while. And I said, we're going to build a building. Just stay with me. And as God had blessed us, we were gifted and donated 160 acres for this whole property. And, of course, then came our event center, our building, it's just been a blessing from heaven. And
it's beautiful.
Well, thank you.
We love our place.
And enabled us to do that. I mean, I can get pretty passionate. So can Ronnie. I mean, it's and we feed off of each other and all of our other AWA adult members. And I don't know, it's probably some 30, 40 adults working this camp and giving up their taking off work, planning. We've had, 10 meetings planning this, getting there every year. But anyhow, it's worth it. Kids enjoy it. When they leave and they come up and hug you and tell you, you know, that may be one of the best things or best camps they've ever been. I mean, it's hard to put a value on that.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I mean, instilling the love of the outdoors into children, into youth hunters is how we're going to keep our way of life going.
Yeah, that's right.
So if someone wanted to, maybe they're in the Arkansas area, this is the first time they're hearing about AWA, the Facebook page, is that how they reach you guys?
That'd be the quickest and best, yes.
Okay. And then if I Google you, can I find that?
Yeah, that'll show up. Google will show up on Facebook. We're in the infancy of going to get us a website and all that stuff started here pretty soon.
Okay.
So once that launches, we'll be able to put that out on our Facebook page. Hey, there's information there. So we're working on all that, getting that a little at a time.
Okay, and all your info about fundraising and everything's on there, because some people can't give time, but they sure can give money.
And so we're working on those types of things to where we'll be able to donate. If they want to donate to us, say, hey, that's a worthy cause. Again, those are there's information to get in touch with us, but eventually we'll get there to where we'll have a lot of stuff on our website. So those types of things.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you so much for meeting with me. I appreciate your time. I know that it's a packed house in here.
Oh yeah,
pretty crowded.
Yeah,
pretty crowded, but we're very thankful.
And thank you so much for what you guys do. I mean, this is really making a difference, and maybe you can't see it now, but in 50 years when we're not here anymore, it will still be here.
That's right.
And that's
right.
what it's all about.
That's what we hope.
Well, thank you for being here.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
the opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
There you have it, guys. Remington is on the rise. Like, comment, subscribe, and be sure to share this podcast with your hunting or shooting buddies. If you have any questions for me or you're going to reach out to AWA, you can email us at podcast@remington.com. Thanks for listening.